Public sector reform is essentially about transforming the way the citizen engages his or her government. And clearly, e-government is a major part of that across the board.
A lot of the government records which are usually used to service citizens will be digitized, and that will make services more available to the citizens regardless of where they are located in the country.
The databases that are now being created, which can be shared across different government departments, whether it is the immigration department, police department, prisons department, judiciary, now with digitization, service is almost instantaneous.
We are making it as easy as possible for you, the taxpayer, to access the services in Kenya Revenue Authority. And we are using the best technologies to ensure that it's as smooth, it's as fast, and it's as convenient as you may want it to be. When KRA automated its services and made them available online, it was quite possible to undertake them from a very remote location. The year which was ending in June, quite a number of taxpayers filed their returns online. And an interesting thing was that even on the very last day, the 30th of June, there were so many taxpayers who actually filed their returns on that day. And indeed, it was a test to us because we were a bit concerned then that might be on that particular day, the volume would not be handled by our systems. But thanks to the faster links offered by fiber and also the current technologies, we were able to cope with all the load.
It's going to take a shorter period of time to provide service from the government, and providing it very efficiently and create more opportunities for the country as more people would come to invest here because the ease of doing business has been improved.
Public perceptions of the judiciary are shifting towards seeing an institution that is engaging the gears of reform and orienting itself towards serving the Kenyan people. Kenyans have access to the full text of the laws of Kenya. They don't have to wait to go to the government printer to purchase the books. They have immediate access to judicial opinions from the High Court and Court of Appeal once they've been delivered.
Now with the records online and the cost list that we call is online, it is easy for them to access the cost list and know when their matter is listed for hearing from the internet. Those in the rural areas can always now get it even on their mobile phones. You know, that is now easy, and that saves them time and money.
The National Council in Kenya has actually proven itself as one of the leading providers of legal information.
Video conferencing technology that has been implemented by the judiciary as a pilot phase involves 2 video terminals, one installed at the Nairobi Law Courts and the other one at the Mombasa Law Courts. A judge, for instance, sitting at the Nairobi terminal is able to look into the video and see a display of an advocate sitting on the Mombasa terminal. And that way they can interact, and the voice and even the video and the quality of interactions is just the same as if you're in a one-to-one meeting. So it has the potential to transform the way justice is dispensed in this country.
Digitizing information will have a tremendous impact on corruption. It will deal a terrific blow to corruption, primarily because once you digitize information, it is not as fungible as having files and copies and carbon copies. And also you have time stamping. In other words, first of all, you're able to trace when information was put in the first place, and that is not easily changeable. You're able to trace who put in the information. Therefore, there's a lot more accountability, and therefore less of an incentive to put in information that could be geared towards corruption, because you can be caught easily.
You will notice with the open days that we have had with the judiciary, and we are demystifying the judiciary for the public, so they no longer have to be afraid, and they can now identify with the court and know that this is a court of law, a court of equity, a court of justice that is here to protect my rights.
We would be able to deliver the best education to children throughout the country.
education can be enhanced by technology in such a manner as to allow video experimentation, things that required expensive equipment to actually be available on the internet. To give an example, what happens with pilots is they go into a room that simulates what a plane is like, and you learn on that for a long time before you actually fly a real plane, and it actually feels like a real plane. In the same way, education can be taken online, and students can actually go into virtual classrooms.
What we're going to show you today is a learning object on biology. This is typically operated by a teacher in a cyber classroom. The teacher has to log in, and we're going to pick on reproduction in plants and animals, chromosomes, and we'll show you what the students experience in a typical classroom.
A chromosome consists of coiled DNA combined with proteins. DNA is made up of genes. We inherit genes from our parents, and these genes carry the information which determines all inherited traits, such as skin color, eye color, hair color, etc.
When a student sees this and they're able to revise this at their own time, the visuals stick into their minds and learning actually happens.
If you look at the way experiments used to be done in a simple chemistry lab before, it required you to have a test tube and mix elements together to get a result. What has happened is that all those things can now be simulated on the internet. The school that wasn't previously able to do what it should doesn't actually need the equipment to do it. All they need is an internet connection to get it done.
In the 100 schools where we have been, we produce the best biology student in the country. We have had average grades go up, attendance has gone up. It's very, very exciting for us to have the entire country connected so that every rural kid could have the best education.
We would ensure that every school has access to broadband and is able to access content which is being developed by the Kenya Institute of Education.
It is becoming clearly evident that the availability of information via IT is transforming lives across the board, and the most remote and the most basic lives are being transformed in ways that 10 years ago would have been unimaginable.
By facilitating the solution of our problems using technology, we shall find a way to emerge as a middle-income country.